Happy New Year's, you guys. I hope you guys are doing well and having a blessed and wonderful Happy New Year. So I don't know about y'all, but I am so excited about all the things that God has planned for all of us in this new year. Super excited, you guys, and I'm just so thankful and so grateful just to be here to see another new year because y'all, so many people didn't make it, y'all, and I just thank God for all of us. But I just wanted to make sure I wish you guys a wonderful and prosperous new year because guys, we deserve it. Okay, we deserve it, and we just want to, just make sure to put God in front of everything you do, y'all. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong with that. But in today's video, so excited. So first, one of the things I want to do is I wanted to bring you guys along with me as I take down all of my Christmas decorations and just basically store them and just kind of show you guys how I organize and store all of my decorations. And this portion of the video actually stems from this comment here. So, I decided to go ahead and just kind of bring you guys along with me as I do that. And while I'm actually storing my decorations and everything and taking everything down, I'm going to be cleaning in the process. The other thing I also want to do as well is I also want to go ahead and just kind of, get started with putting my my bulbs, my daffodil bulbs, my tulip bulbs. I need to put those in the ground. I need to do it, y'all. I feel like last year I was really, really late with that. And so I got some blooms, but not as much as I had hoped for. And I was really trying to wait because y'all, seriously, we've still been having temperatures like in the high 70s here in South Carolina. So that was one of the reasons why I delayed putting my tulip bulbs and stuff in the ground. But I went ahead and got all that done. And I'm just going to bring you guys along with me as I do that. Also, remember today was supposed to be the day that I published my new channel, y'all. Life happened, okay? Things got in the way. I didn't get a chance to do that, but that's going to be coming really, 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 really soon. But in the meantime, enough talking, okay? Let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. All right, y'all, so before I could get started with actually de-Christmasing and just removing all of my Christmas decorations, I needed to first run out to Lowe's and grab a few more storage containers. I already have some, but because I purchased new Christmas decorations this year, I had to run out and grab a few more. This container here in particular is really, really great if you need someplace to store your Christmas tree. However, I typically like to use my boxes that the Christmas trees initially came in. If you don't have the original box that your Christmas tree came in, these storage containers are ideal for storing your large Christmas trees. They're absolutely perfect. So so I just wanted to share that with you all, especially if you have more than one Christmas tree. It looks like you can fit about 2 trees depending on the size in those containers, and that's something I might gravitate towards later on. All right, y'all, so it is now time to start de-Christmasing. That is correct. We're going to go ahead and take down all of these Christmas decorations. We're going to get everything nice and clean. And what I think I'll do is I'll probably save Sunday video to actually just kind of get the space decorated for winter. But in the meantime, we're going to focus on this side of the wall first. And then after we've taken down all the decorations on this side, we'll start taking the decorations down on this side of the wall. So without further ado, let's dive in and get started. All right, y'all, so in addition to the storage containers, I also want to share with you how I store my ornaments. So I have this ornament storage box. I'll have this linked in my Amazon storefront where you can purchase this, but this actually holds up to 128 ornaments. The ornaments can be as large as 3 inches in width. So that's the size of the ornaments that you can use. And I purchased one of these last year, but because I purchased new ornaments. This year I had to go out and grab another one, but this is so nice and handy, you guys, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So this is the one that I got last year. You can see this is the outside of it. It actually comes with these straps here, you know, and it also has these really large pockets, which I usually store some other ornaments like the trees and the little flowers and things like that. So I'll put those in those larger pockets. And then it also even has like a little label on the front of it where you can actually, you know, just kind of label what's in that particular storage container. But just to kind of give you guys an idea of what it looks like inside, it comes with all of these little cardboard pieces here that you just put together, and I'll show you guys a little later how I did that. And I think there are like about 4 or 5 layers of this. And so yeah, you guys will see that in a minute how I put that together. All right, so that's the first layer already completed. So now it comes with these here for the bottom. So we're going to put one of these on top. So guys, I actually took down all of my Christmas decor in the inside on New Year's Eve. So I did all of this on yesterday, actually. And that's something that I typically do. I try to get the inside back to a little bit of normalcy. And the only Christmas decoration that I did leave up, and I won't take it down until the day after New Year's, is the one on the outside. So I'll take down my Christmas lights on the outside on tomorrow, which will be Friday, the day after New Year's. But let me know in the comments if you guys have already started taking down your decorations, if it's already done, or are you going to wait? Some people would like to wait a little bit longer, but let me know in the comments what you guys plan to do. All right, y'all, so I want to pause for a moment and just kind of show you how I store my tree. Typically, I use the box that the tree originally came in. That's what I pack the tree in and just store it in the storage house. However, if you don't have the original box that your Christmas tree came in, definitely check out some of those storage containers that I showed you earlier. They're long enough to, you know, accommodate any type of tree you have. That would be a great idea for storing your Christmas tree. But with me, I just put it in the original box that it came in and just take the box back up. And I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so here's the box that my Christmas tree came in. And this is the box for the tree that's in the kitchen area, which is the area I'm going to be starting on next. But you can see here, I just, you know, place some tape. I just used some painter's tape. Yeah, I just took the tree down, packed it down, and just put it back in the original box. And you'll actually see me do that with the tree that's in the dining room space as well. So that's basically how I store my Christmas trees. And so once I've taken down this particular Christmas tree along with my other Christmas decor, I'm going to show you how I store all of my Christmas decorations in my little storage shed out back. I typically put all of my garlands and all of my other decor, my bows, all of that stuff, I place those in the storage containers that I purchased from Lowe's. And then of course I put the Christmas trees, like I mentioned before, in the boxes. So if you are new to this channel and visiting for the first time, welcome. My name is Carolina, and if this is the type of content you enjoy and find interesting, I would absolutely love to have you join my family of subscribers. And to all of my amazing and wonderful subscribers out there, welcome back, you guys. So right quickly, just want to share with you and show you how I've pretty much stored my Christmas trees in the boxes. You can kind of see they're stacked up here. I got the boxes taped up, and all of my Christmas decorations are in the storage containers marked Christmas decor. And some of the labels have fallen off, y'all. But anyway, there's probably like about 5 of these containers for Christmas decorations. But yeah, so this is just a quick glance at how I typically store my Christmas decor. And also, let me just show you guys this. So if you have a storage house or something, what I did was I put a couple of screws inside the wall here, and I hung my wreaths on the wall. So you can see I have a couple here, and I have one here up at the top, and I'm gonna make some room for some more to put up at the top here. And I just screwed, just put a screw in the wood and hung them on the screw. And you can see here on the door, right here, I went ahead and also, made this area accessible and, just use this area as well for storage purposes. And because these wreaths are not that heavy, they're not adding any additional weight to the door. So I just went ahead again and just added a nail to the door and just hung the wreaths on the door as well. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you all. Just wanted to show you how I actually store my Christmas decorations. Well, all of my decorations actually, but definitely my Christmas decor. And whenever I take down the few decorations that I have on the outside, I have storage containers already empty to put those items in, and I also have some additional nails on the wall to hang up the wreaths. So yeah, I think we're all set. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with adding my tulips, my bulbs inside the ground, because like I mentioned before, tonight they're calling for freeze temperatures below 30 degrees. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that. It's pretty cold out here right now. The temperature is about 46. That's the high for today. So let's go ahead and dive in and get this done. So here's a look at the space I'm going to be planting my daffodils and my tulips in. You guys may recall in an earlier video where I cleaned off this space, added some fresh new compost, just to kind of get this area ready. And so now what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and plant my tulips, my bulbs. Right now, this is actually late December, and the reason I tried to wait a little longer was because here in South Carolina, we still were having temperatures 70, high 70s basically. Even Christmas Day, it was literally like 75 degrees outside. So right now, this is December 29th. And so December 29th, 2025. And the temperature, the high today was 46. And the low is going to be 30. So I checked the weather all week, and it's supposed to be below 60 all week. So now's the time to go ahead and plant my bulbs, because remember, you want to have consistent days of below 60 degrees. So I want to go ahead and get them in the ground before the freeze comes through tonight. This is like one of maybe 3 or 4 freezes that we've had so far. So I definitely want to go ahead and get it in the ground. And so what I'm thinking about doing is I think I want to cover this entire area here with the beautiful tulip bulbs, different colors. And I also think I may want to, I don't know, part of me want to remove this bush here. This is what it looks like. I just feel like I could probably put this somewhere else. I think I want to move this and plant tulips all in this space as well. And finally, I think I want to also add tulips here. So that'll be such a beautiful showcase for the spring season. So, and the bulbs that I have, they bloom from spring all the way to summer, to like June. So that's perfect. So that's what I think I want to do. So let's go ahead and get started with putting these tulips in the ground before it gets too late and before that freeze comes through tonight. And just to kind of remind you guys of the tulip bulbs or daffodil bulbs or whatever you want to call it that I'm going to be planting. So I have this huge bag here of daffodils, and this is what they'll look like. And these, of course, all of them require full sun, and these bloom early to mid-spring. So we're going to go ahead and try and figure out how I want to do the color combination for all of these, and let me show you the other ones. All right, so here are my tulips. I was calling all of them tulips, but some are daffodils. So the tulips are these colors here, and these bloom mid-spring. So I guess like maybe March or April or something. But I have a whole bunch of these as well. And here's a look at the other plants that I'm going to be putting in the ground as well. I think these are so pretty. I love this color. So we're going to use those as well. These actually bloom, let's see here, April, May. So look at that. April, May is when these actually bloom. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and try and figure out a placement for some of these. And I'm not going to plant all of them in this area because I think some of these bulbs or whatever, I want to put in planter pots on the patio space. So y'all, I am so excited because in another week or two, we're going to start the process with winterizing our yard space. We're going to be winterizing our garden beds, our landscapes, and just getting everything nice and prepped for spring. So we're going to be doing a lot of cleanup and just getting everything nice and clean and neat. And y'all, if you missed the winterizing videos that I posted on last winter, I'll be sure to link those in the description, just to kind of get you guys thinking about what it is you need to do in your yard space to get it ready and prepped for spring. So I'm going to use a bag of this color here, the tulips, in this little space here to start things off. And y'all, I had these tulips in the refrigerator the entire time when I first purchased them back in, I want to say October, November. But you can kind of see where some of them already got like little blooms. Not blooms, but you know, the little, I guess, I don't know what you call this, but it's already starting to come up. And here's another one that's starting to come up as well. You can kind of see that. And whenever you're planting your bulbs, you want to always plant the pointy side up. So I'll plant it like this in the ground. So to plant my tulips, I typically like to do it by just digging trenches. I feel like that's the quickest way to do it. So I'll dig like about a 3-inch deep trench, and then I'll put the pointy side of the tulip up, have that facing upward, and I try to space them at least about 2 inches apart. And hopefully, fingers crossed, the squirrels won't pay this area no mind. Let me know in the comments if you guys planted any tulips or daffodils this season. Depending on where you live, I'm pretty sure some of you had to plant a little earlier, like in early fall. But here in South Carolina, y'all, I'm telling you, it stays hot so long, so I just had to wait it out, you guys. But I'm hoping and praying for the best. All right, so here's what this side looks like. I decided to just do rows, like how whenever you're planting a garden, then that way I can kind of keep track with how much spacing I have. So you can see here, got quite a few in here. I think that's going to be beautiful in the spring. So I'm going to go ahead and just cover them up, and you want to make sure you plant them at least about 3 inches deep. So hopefully the squirrels don't dig over here because I do have a problem with squirrels, y'all. But fingers crossed, they'll be set and ready to bloom beautifully in the spring. So let's go ahead and cover them up. So off camera, I did add an additional bag of soil to each of these spaces just to make sure that they had plenty of soil on top before adding my mulch. But you guys will see what that looks like. So right quickly, here's a look at that space. You can see here I added maybe about 2 inches of mulch on top. And you can see that here. And I added some more soil as well to make sure they had enough soil. But yeah, I love the way this turned out. I hope and pray that the squirrels don't start digging. But I am excited about what this is going to look like in the spring. So excited. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so that's all I did here. Just added some more soil on top and added some mulch. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see what this looks like. And I will be sure to keep you guys posted about that as well. And I took these rocks out of here. I had these in the little basin for the little water feature. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this because I'm trying to make sure that this stays empty. I may just end up removing this water basin for the time being until in the spring, because I don't want to have to keep changing the water like whenever it rains or whatever. But yeah. All right, y'all, so that brings us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, share with your friends and family. And what I think I'll do is I'll pick back up on Sunday where we left off. We'll start, with cleaning up everything. I'll show you guys how I cleaned, and we'll just go ahead and just decorate the space for winter. So that's what we'll do in Sunday's video. So I'm so excited. Thank you guys again, and I hope you have a wonderful and phenomenal new year, and I will see you guys really soon in my next video. Until then, bye now.